Hi, Crafty Nanny Cola here, and to complete the 2-day gnome series, we made a little girl gnome. I'll have all of the links in the description box and the sizes that I cut the fabric and everything. So without further ado, what you will need to make this gnome is basically the same thing as the other gnomes. You will need glue gun, finger protectors, ruler, pencil, another one of the sticks, the skewers, scissors, the little cylinder. Like I said, got those on Amazon. A 3-inch hat I got at Hobby Lobby. Some yarn, whatever color you want, because we're making a girl gnome this time. Fabric, the little tennis shoes that I showed you that I got on there, and your washers. Okay, I already did one foot and I did one arm, and seeing this is a girl, what I did with this was I made I cut 15 inches long, and I cut 8 inches long, and I cut 15 strands for each side. So you want to make sure that you have a multiple of 3 because you're braiding it. And then I tied several pieces around the middle. I first tied the piece to tie before I braided it, and then I tied several pieces around the middle, and those are going to be the bangs, because obviously it's a girl, we're not going to put the beard on, so you won't need the brush. So I cut this a little bit wider than I did the last one. So this is about 11 and 10 and a half inches, and this is a cute little sparkly bee, so it has a little bit of glitter and it'll be cute as a girl. And then this is approximately 2 3/4, and then I cut the arms are 3 2 and I cut them 2 3/4, and I cut them about 2 3/4 by 2 1/2. And then the pants, which I did the jean fabric again, and I did that 2 by 2. So like I said, I've already done one of the shoes, so let's go ahead and finish the legs. This is a little bit crooked here. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's finish the other leg. I almost forgot to put the glue in it for the leg without putting the washer in it, so I almost forgot the washer in that one. So decide which side has your the side that you need to bring out. Find your tongue with the extra pieces of skewer. Okay, it is on this side, and I'm going to use these little pink shoes, seeing it's a girl. Okay, you want to kind of work with those tongues and try to straighten them out as much as you can. So get that washer in there to the bottom, straighten it out. And shove it to the back, and that's easiest done with the popsicle stick. Okay, so that way we don't forget to get that in there. Okay, now we're going to, this looks like a little bit off at the end there. Looking to be straight. Okay, now we're going to, I did that actually backwards. Okay, so we are going to, this is going to be the top. Excuse me, I've got the wrong one. Oh, these are, I think I cut these 3. Yep, 3 inches. Okay, so this is going to go flat to the bottom. And again, we're just going to glue and then roll. And these two are pretty skinny legs. And I didn't I actually did this wrong. Okay, I have cut the skewers to 3 inches, and I kind of did this the wrong way, so I'm going to have to roll it, re-roll it, and with the glue that I already have on it there, that's going to go down into the shoe. I'll have to hide it there because I have too much glue on it. So I'll just have to roll it up as tight as I can, because that'll go down into the shoe anyway, so we won't see it. Hopefully, yeah, it should go down there. It shouldn't have a problem. It shouldn't have a problem with showing it all in the back. So just roll that up. Oh, and I used a little pom-pom I had. If you have smaller beads, you want to use beads, because I'm not going to mess with that Rafia this time. It was just too annoying. Okay, and then just same thing as the other one. We're going to get the glue down there into the shoe and along the back a little bit. You want to try to keep it off the side because of the shoelaces, but try to get that seam right in the back. Just hold it there for a minute. It's hard to find that seam. I keep, because I did that stitching. Okay, and then I just use the needle nose to kind of pull this out good. Get that tongue out. And then just straighten as much as you can on the shoelace. And put it back in the hole. And just use the blunt end of one of the skewers to get it back in there. Takes a little bit to get it in there. So just get it in there so you can get it as tight as you can get it. So there's the shoes and they're standing up, so that's good. Okay, next let's finish our other arm, as long as we have one arm done. So let's make sure now we have the right way. Sorry, I'm losing my voice now. And you do want to put a little bead or something in there because of that sharp edge of the pipe cleaner. Has that wire in it, and which is what makes it bend. And I did get it to bend a little bit without that raffia in there. And I just like to take the side of the gun and the glue gun and just kind of make that down a little so I don't get so many bumps, because I did get a big old bump on this side. And then I'm going to take my cutter and just make sure that that wire is cut off as much as I can get it off. Shove it in there and put a little piece of glue there, and wait a minute, There's my pom-pom. And just put enough glue there so that you can get that pom-pom in there. And hold it on there for a few seconds. Just set it aside and let that dry. And we'll go right on to our, and now look at your cylinder. I had to do a lot of work to try to get this as straight as I could. As you can see, it's kind of slanted. So you want to have your flattest side at the bottom because the top will be covered. So I'm just kind of, I can cut it off afterwards, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'll just be glad to get this little critter in here because it sure is going all around with the air conditioner coming on every 2 minutes and the fan above me. And then just try to get that as close to the bottom hit that side, and then just hold that for a few seconds. I'm going to have blue strings on everything over here. There we go. And I'm just going to leave that kind of like that because of the legs will cover it. So now we want to get the legs on. So we want to find a skewer with the pointy end. And then find your center, and then let's just go to the sides here, and I'm going to have to see. And then just go the other side. And then when we put our arms on, we'll have to get our arms adjacent with the legs. Hopefully this will. And don't glue anything in until you know that's where you want your legs and everything. So I did make a little skirt, and I just took a piece of fabric, and this is so about a 2-inch piece of fabric, and then I just folded it in half. So I cut a piece of fabric out of this, and I just folded it in half, and I made it about 15 inches, and then I just went ahead and ironed it out, and then I just folded it in half like this so that I had 2 pieces, and then I ran a line across here, and then I zigzagged the top, and then I ran a piece of 1/4-inch elastic through it until I had a little skirt, and just checked to see what it would fit. So we'll put that on there and look at pretty cutie. Just find the seam. To the back. A little, and let's get those arms in there. Stick them with the pointy end. Hitting the other stick on that side or something there. Okay, so we seams down to the center, so they're hidden. And I did turn over a little bit in the front here. I had that extra, so I turned it in the front. Hoping I can get this one to where I can get her to hold something. It would be cute. Okay, that looks pretty good. So let's glue those in. She's still a little sideways though. She is all set there with her little arms. We'll let those dry for a second. Next we're going to put her hair on. And the skirt I'm not going to glue or anything on. I'm just going to leave it. I am going to burn a couple of these edges up here. Should be good. And those arms down. Hoping I can get them to bend a little better than the other ones did. Still seeing that darn seam. I should have done it the other way around, because then the seam would have been in the back, so I did it kind of backwards. So I'm just going to pull them out quick before they completely dry. So watch where your seams are. The seams should be to the back. Fabric there, not wanting to go in. Get in there, you little critter. Just going to put a little bit of extra glue around there where the arms are. You can also, if you just want to take a piece of fabric and do the same thing, just fold it in half and then just fold it over. And if you want to do that by hand, don't glue it, because if you glue it, you're not going to be able to run a stitch through it to make a gather. If you just want to gather the skirt, you don't have any elastic or anything like that. So there she is so far. And we're going to put her hair on. I think her hair should, I sometimes think if I had little tiny pins, which I do, of pinning these arms down. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little glue up here. And I'm going to put this in front of the arms. And we'll be cutting the bangs. So we'll be putting the nose underneath the hat. So let's cut these bangs just a little bit now. We can cut more later. And I gave her the color of hair that Ron has on Harry Potter. That's what I use for Ron's hair when I crochet. When I crochet the Harry Potter bunch. Okay, let's see where we're gonna. Okay, we want to make sure that we have. So look at how cute she's gonna be. So we're probably gonna have to get her nose on there. I'm gonna cut these a little bit more. Cut them over the garbage. I got this random one that I tied it with that doesn't want to stay down. Here's another one, doesn't want to stay down on this side either. There we go. Let's see how we want to do this. Not sure where to put the nose. What do you think? I think with the hat, I can do the hat on so the nose can go lower, so I don't think we need to put the nose underneath her bangs. So I'm going to go ahead and get the hat on. So just fill that up, and the sides, front, because we don't have to worry about the front on this one, because we're going to put the nose lower. And there's a shorter in the back and a wider in the front, so the front is always longer. Could use a little bit more glue right here. Just don't want it to leak out. So her bangs look pretty good. They're a little bit off as far as being even, but not too much. There we go. Okay, now we'll put her little nose right there. We can give her a bigger nose too. I do have some other. I'm going to put her nose right there underneath her bangs. Have part of it sticking out from her bangs. Try to get it in the middle. I'm terrible half the time at getting it in the middle. Oh, yeah, there you go. Those hats don't glue on particularly well, I've noticed. Looks like Annie Oakley. Like the little big feet. Now we just need to find a little embellishment. What do you think would be cool here? Let me figure it out. So I have all these little things that I use on our Mickey ears. So I have little bees here, so I was thinking that would be cute, a little bee. So I'm just going to grab out a little bee here. Oh, it's too big, I think. And I have these bees. Oh, that one fell apart because they're maybe this size. Yeah, that's a good size. So a little bee and maybe a little flower. I do have some cute little flowers. I wish she wasn't leaning to the side. She'll have a little bee in her bonnet. And she could be embellished with a lot of flowers and stuff. Would be cute on the hat too. And there she is. If you like what you see, give me a like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Have a wonderful day and be safe.